pretty excited. I'm finally getting to stay at this hotel that I've been wanting to stay at for a very long time. Not very far in Fort Worth, Miss Molly's bed and breakfast, but it's not actually a bed and breakfast anymore. Anyway, I'm not gonna say the room I'm staying in right now, but it almost seems like it might be a full house at the hotel. And there's a common bathroom. Obviously, I don't find ghosts very scary at all, but sharing bathroom, that's definitely a little terrifying to me. So yes, took it down, my hair, whatever. Um, I'm sorry, I keep hearing Motley. Um, I'll have videos up soon. Okay, so hi guys. Welcome back to April After Dark. If you have been watching my Instagram, by the way, I'm a paranormal investigator on YouTube. And if you're not following me and you are interested in all things spooky, whether I talk about horror movies or, creepy legends or, the Hat Man or just weird phenomena, or want to hear my experiences, then just click the bell and and you'll be notified of future videos.
Located in the middle of the Fort Worth Stockyards, Miss Molly's is the oldest bed and breakfast in Fort Worth. It was established in 1910 and was a boarding house at that time called the Palace Room. After it was called the Palace Room, it changed names again to the Oasis House, and I believe that was when Prohibition was going on, and then it changed names again and became the Guyette or Gayette Hotel in the 1940s, and that was basically when it was a bordello. And Miss Molly's is just old enough to have caught a glimpse of the old Wild Wild West and all of the time period of America's speakeasy and bordello days. They say that this is one of the most haunted places in Fort Worth, and I don't doubt that. All that they say with the phenomena at this hotel is supposedly full-bodied apparitions. I've never actually seen one in my entire life, I don't believe. Unexplained scents, items disappearing and then later reappearing, toilets flushing on their own, lights turning on and off, cold spots, unlocked doors that won't open. And I actually did experience that myself now that I am remembering this. And just basically a variety of unidentified sounds. And when I say unidentified sounds, I do have to comment on this. So this hotel, was built in 1910, so it's fairly old. And whenever you make one step, whether you're wearing platform shoes like I typically wear, or just some socks, or even barefoot, I'll just say barefoot too, you can make a creak in this building. It is so old that, you can't walk across a room, you can't barely step out of a bed, do anything without the whole hotel hearing it. So the problem that lies within that is if you're a paranormal investigator like me, if I were to ask, if there's anybody here, can you make a sound for me? You could hear somebody in the next room, maybe they stepped off their bed, just happened to be at the right timing, or maybe there was a delay and they stepped off their bed right then, or maybe they're going to the bathroom. I don't know how many bathrooms are there, but luckily, we were assigned a bathroom, and unfortunately, whoever allowed us to book the room online did not separate us from the other 3 groups that were staying at this hotel. So when I get into this being a problem, that is a problem. I can hear a conversation through the wall very clearly. I can hear a woman talking about losing her phone. I can hear somebody just get off their bed, whether they wear a shoe or not. So that kind of makes for a crappy situation when you're wanting to investigate. Because this place, as haunted as I definitely feel like it is very haunted. you can't really get the full scope of investigating this place for a couple different reasons. Now, I'm pointing this room out because that is the room that we are staying in. Room number 2, there are 8 themed rooms at this bed and breakfast. And when I say bed and breakfast, it used to be a bed and breakfast, but it is no longer one. It is just a hotel. And the caretaker that, opened up the place for us, we had to text her whenever we arrived. She wasn't actually going to stay that night because of the pandemic. So she was having to stay somewhere else nearby, but she, we have her phone number. Everybody had her phone number in case you had a problem or anything. But she was saying, I noticed whenever we got there that, she couldn't do like a tour or anything. So obviously I didn't get to show all the rooms or see into all of the rooms because of that. And, there were people staying there. And she said mistakenly, whoever allowed the rooms to be booked, just let the rooms be booked that were right next to each other. And that's kind of, I guess they weren't supposed to do that. They're supposed to be, separated around, and that didn't happen. So all these rooms right here on this side of the hotel, right next to our cowboy room, were all occupied. But what I'm trying to focus in on right here, it's just a little sign that says trains and an arrow, a guy's finger going this way. So all the rooms have a theme. There's a cattleman room. There is a railroader room. Cowboy room is Josie's room. A little girl's room. I can't remember the name right now. And then this door right here, nobody was staying there. I knew that for a fact, and I could not open the door even though it was cracked open. So when I just said that they're reporting that doors that are, unlocked, that you couldn't get into, like it would refuse to open, as if there's somebody on the other side just not opening it for you or letting you get in there. I don't know if that's what that was, or if it was just, a difficult room to get in. Maybe it had an extra lock. I don't know. So right here, there's a sign, because of the pandemic, that they request that you wear your mask whenever you come out here to read this, look through this book that has people's experiences whenever they've come here. They write down, great stay, or if they had anything happen. And as I said before, my husband Toby booked the room, a couple months ago before we came here, and this is in July. And the most active, quote unquote, active room is the cowboy room. So that's where we stayed. But right next to us, the room that you can kind of see in the corner right there is Miss Josie's room. And it is also the only room in the hotel that has its own bathroom. And when I say bathroom, it's not, I don't know, it's a weird situation with that. You'd have to look online to find it, but it's literally like a little curtain and a clawfoot tub, as all these old hotels have, and a toilet. And it's not like an actual old room. It's like it was just kind of put in there, and there's a curtain around it. So it's not really a room. It's like there's a divider, basically. I don't know if that makes any sense. But if you were to look it up and look up Miss Josie's room, you'd see what I'm saying. But I will say this. Since we are, I do live in Texas. I have lived in Texas my entire life. It is a very hot and humid state. And when you're knee deep in summer, and at this point it was, very late July that we stayed there, I could actually hear the tenants that were staying in that room talking about it is so, freaking hot in this room. So hot, so hot. And every room had a window unit, which is kind of what my grandmother had, and my grandmother still lives in this really old house that I believe might have been built in the same time period as this hotel. So it's an old place, doesn't have central air, so you have a window unit running, which is very loud. If you're not familiar with that, it is just a loud situation going on. Not to mention, if you hear people that are, now that we're, somebody mistakenly put us with 3 other groups right next to each other in these rooms, these walls are paper thin that we could hear every conversation that was going on. I could hear when somebody moved in their bed. I could hear when they leaned their leg over and, made a step to get out of their bed. Then you open a door and then you walk across the common area. You could hear all of that. So it kind of made, the idea of investigating a little bit tricky, because I was sitting there thinking, well, now I don't know if what I'm hearing is somebody moving in their sleep, getting out of bed, getting something out of their bag, going to the bathroom. And that's just one element to this whole situation. But that was kind of a problem.
So Toby booked this room a while ago, and I told him one of the most haunted rooms in this hotel is the cowboy room, which is what this room is. And we are above a bar, and even though there's a pandemic going on, people are still allowed to go to certain bars in our state of Texas. And like I said, this is the cowboy room. All rooms have a theme to them. This is the cowboy room, and I will tell you later on about this room, but this is one of the most haunted rooms. That's why I wanted it. This is a little miniature closet. It's got foundation. Looks like it's a little bit wonky. It actually, if you stand up in this room, it's like you can. I mean, look. I don't know. It's like you feel like you're kind of like.
It's an interesting door. Check the door out. It goes down. And look at that cut.
I think
Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah.
Being
It just. Well, no. Look down here though. Look at the table right there.
This out of the way. All of our equipment.
Okay, so just from watching other YouTube videos, I've done a lot of extensive research into this place.
It is. It's like leaning.
Well, it's like we're, like if you were on a boat, you might be nauseated coming here. So I don't know if I'd recommend that, but just take your Zofran or whatever you take on planes to cure nausea or whatever.
Jack Daniels.
That might make it worse. It is, let's see, 10:41 on Saturday. We are still at Miss Molly's, and we ate earlier, and I took a little nap. The crazy thing here, though, is that, obviously we're here during, like I've said earlier, the pandemic. And in Texas, most of the bars are closed, right? Unless they sell like 51% of food and not of alcohol. Well, anyway, Miss Molly's is built on top of a bar. The basement bar, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And I guess today, what did you say? Today is like the day that
Yeah, like 800 bars in Texas have decided to go against the Governor Abbott's orders in a protest.
So I guess
to protest the orders to close bars, in solidarity.
So, of course, per usual, we always pick to come to haunted stays during very particularly strange weekends.
It is. It is every time we go somewhere.
But, there's people in the room right there. There's people in that room. And then earlier, there's another room. And even the caretaker even told us that they were partiers, and they come here often, but we already heard them out there earlier,
Sounded like a bunch of people came in. And were yelling
and just laughing, really really loud laughing. Definitely wasn't
drunk laughing.
Drunk
Laughing.
Drunk laughing. I was like, what's that? Anyway, so you can hear when anybody walks around, and that's kind of once again, it's kind of a problem as far as capturing EVPs or what you think you might hear. I don't know. So that's kind of bumming. But anyway,
2 o'clock.
yeah, we're gonna wait. But what I was gonna show you guys is okay, so here's our AC thing, right? And then you already saw this earlier, but you can, I mean, we've been hearing like people outside having really loud conversation. I don't even know exactly where they are. But you could hear it, and then you can hear the people that are, whoa, you know, in the rooms next to us, and we're not the only people that are staying here. So we're gonna figure something out. We are going to try the Estes method with the spirit box. Just heard about this and found out about this last night, watching Glowing Ghosts Paranormal on YouTube, along with Kyla, Rebecca, and Joey Adventures. So that's probably not going to interfere with anything going on, luckily, with sound, but we're definitely going to wait till it's a lot later. I don't know if you guys can even hear all that's going on, but yeah, stay tuned. Okay, captain's log. It is now 12:09. Yeah, 12:09. And you know, we've basically discussed that we're probably going to wait till 3 a.m. because bars typically in Texas close at 2, but then, you know, you put out time for cleaning everything up, so maybe 2:30, I don't know. So 3 be a good time for us to try to do whatever we're gonna do here. But yeah, now they're playing, what is it? Acoustic, you said?
Yeah.
Acoustic. Toby says it's awful, and he's a guitarist, musician, so he would know what he's talking about. I'm telling you, I heard this god-awful singing. Anyway, so I went to go use the restroom, and while I went over there, I was just texting him about how the bathroom, like, I'll show you guys, but there's a sheer curtain when you walk in, like, so if you were to shower, which they do have that clawfoot tub in there, but I mean, if you were just to open that curtain up, everybody that's down, you know, can see you, so it's not very comforting thing when you're trying to use the bathroom. But anyway, I was texting him about that, and then he said he noticed that too when he went earlier. But then he said when I left here, there was like a really weird skunky, sulfury, pungent type of odor in the room. See, that's other people coming back. So how do you know if the creaks that you're hearing are anything beyond people just going around? I mean, me just walking across the room or going to the bathroom or the parlor area, whatever, it creaks. And then you have all this noise outside, it's all noise pollution. Anyway, but you said there was a really weird smell in here. Yeah. That kind of came after I left. And then whenever I came back, you said it was kind of dissipating, which is a little strange. And I would like to put some gear out, but I don't know, you know, how that's gonna work right now. So we're gonna wait until 3. You can hear that, right? Outside that window. It's absolutely effing ridiculous. You heard it here first. Okay, so currently we're waiting until 3 a.m. and it's totally not that time yet. It's probably like a little past 1. You know, we got acoustic versions of, you know, Tom Petty, Garth Brooks. I don't know what this is.
It's awful.
So anyways, what I was gonna say,
It's cold in here, by the way.
freezing in this room. It really is. Like, I have my clueless jogger sweatpants on. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you this is, okay, so there is a book that's out in the front that tells you stories of all the rooms in here. And the cowboy room is mentioned very often, which is where we are. But anyway, you see these boots above Toby's head.
Chaps, aren't they?
Or chaps. Yeah, well, somebody called him boots in the book. Well, anyway, someone's husband was laying in this bed and one of those fell and hit him on the head.
Oh, good.
In the middle of the
Why you
night.
put me here?
Actually, I didn't read that story till just now.
Okay.
Earlier, you know, I was like, I laughed, I kind of scoffed and laughed, and it's really easy just to blame it on the nonsense going out there.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
you're like, what's so, or what? And I was like, nothing. I had to get that on film, me telling you the story. Anyway, the other thing too is people have said they've recorded these hats in here, that they've moved, or that one of them's fallen off as well. And then one lady was saying that she had a bottle of water on her nightstand, and or no, it was on her husband's nightstand, and he hadn't even drank it. And in the middle of the night, she woke up and her whole chest had like water all over it, and it was empty.
Weird.
And I doubted it was her husband, but I don't know. Anyway.
Did you take our water bottle?
Oh, and I put it in this. Yeah, I mean, I did take it.
Hey, wait a minute. I had a water bottle.
It's in here.
Oh, I don't need it. I
Oh.
was just wondering where it went.
I just kept it cold over here,
That's
so.
fine. I was just curious where it went. I was like, somebody took mine.
Yeah, so you guys can see why we haven't done any investigating, because there's way too much noise pollution going on. And people coming in and out, and just that racket out there that we can't mute. And I mean, I can
They're
hear.
gonna close it too.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, it's not even one. I said it was one
An
earlier.
hour to see if they're gonna close it too. Over an hour. And then, you know, it's gonna take 15, 20, 30, maybe 40 minutes to get people out of there,
Yep.
depending on how the staff is.
Looking out my back door. Is this a Creedence Clearwater Revival song? It is, isn't it?
Yeah, if it's being butchered, yes. Trying to focus. It helped.
Okay, so we're gonna do a Ouija board session. It's 1 in the morning, and it's the only thing we can really do right now with all this going on, obviously, as you've seen. So we haven't done this together or even separate since
2012.
yeah, it's been 8 years, and it was not a positive experience. And yeah, so here we are again. You know, 8 years later, we're gonna do it again, but we're just doing this in a hotel as the engine revs. Okay, so I think we just go around a few times just to get it warmed up.
You're supposed to do it like a figure 8.
No, that's what you don't want, because there's a figure 8.
Okay.
We want to speak with the spirits that reside in Miss Molly's hotel that we are in right now.
Whoa. I'm off the board. Don't want to do that.
Okay,
Let's
so
put this back.
it feels like the fan is making it weird. I don't know. Okay. You let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
I'm not really going to touch a lot of pressure on it. Is there anybody here that would like to communicate with us? Are you moving it?
Mm.
I'm just gonna take a little pressure off. It's like not focusing, which is weird.
That is kind of weird.
Is that you fogging the camera up?
An itch, man. Got an itch.
Do you like the music that, we're all joyously listening to playing outside the window? Hello? Is there anybody here? Or do you just not like Ouija boards?
It's weird that it's not.
Now it's focused. Yeah. Let's see. Let's try again.
There it goes on focus again.
It's going in and out of focus.
It's weird. That's weird.
Let's see if I. Still focusing, so it's a little bizarre. Now
Oh.
it's
In and out of focus right there.
it's out of focus when.
I wonder if it's because of I wonder if it's because whenever I put my hand on it.
No? Hmm. Strange. I don't know.
It's hard to.
It's kind of hard to focus with this.
Yeah, with all this music
Racket.
and everything going on out there. Mhm.
Oh, you're good. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this.
tried this. I'm gonna use this. I'm just curious. It's the GhostTube app. I know I'm also somebody that's skeptical of apps, but I don't know. Amy's Crypt on YouTube and her husband developed it, so let's see. Okay, so it's listening right now. That was weird. Is there anybody? I don't know what that even means. I'm calibrating it. Is there anybody here? You can say anything, something. This app will supposedly decipher what you're trying to say. So feel free.
Sorry, I keep feeling like I'm seeing something like in the corner of my eye over here, like
Really?
moving around or something.
Over in this corner?
Yeah, like I kept like almost like something flew by or something, like you know, like a but I don't know. It's weird.
Well, I don't know. Nothing is happening so far
Yeah.
for us, even with this app.
Is the cowboy here?
His name is Jake.
Jake here with us right now? What happened to Jake?
I don't know.
We just know that his name is Jake.
I think that's, basically what I've read and,
People have gotten EVPs or something?
No, I don't know where they figured that out from, to be honest with you. It's a little strange because sometimes even when I use this at home, something, a word comes up or, Todd's shop. Lori.
Who's Lori? You one of the girls that worked here?
Lovely rendition of Hotel California. Really, we're just in hotel hell at this moment.
Hotel hell. We're sitting with Lori currently, talking with Lori here, who used to frequent this place back in the early 1900s. Isn't that right, Lori? Lori is super annoyed with this awful rendition of Hotel California. I can tell. Just I feel the energy.
Oh my god. Okay. No, I'm not really trying to record anything. What is it doing?
This, I feel like you need to have a silent space to really,
Yeah, I agree with you.
you know what I mean? Like, it was weird, like the whole,
and see it eventually. It focuses. It's just not wanting to do it with this for some strange reason.
Yeah.